two guys who worked in the public sector, but then their jobs were under attack. They decided that enough was enough and continued to work those jobs. But now they have a podcast too. You ready for advice you didn't ask for and opinions nobody wants to hear? Maybe stick around and play some games, and if you're lucky, have a couple of laughs. They have two brain cells that are both desperately fighting for third. This is the Fighting for Third podcast with your hosts, Robby and Zach.
Welcome to the Fighting for Third podcast. I'm your host, Robby, with my co-host,
Zach.
And we're glad to have you here, man.
This is our first episode.
First episode. It's been a long time in the works.
Yeah. I did not even know if this would even be feasible, to be honest.
I didn't either. It's been a journey, to be sure.
Yep.
God, how long have we joked about doing this?
A very long time. Like, probably before podcasts were a big thing now.
I would say you're right.
They're big now, but they weren't at the time.
God, years.
Yes.
Had to be years.
We talked about other different ideas for different podcasts as well.
We did, which is a great segue. What is the idea for this podcast?
I think it's just basically two guys who are just going to have some fun, chat about whatever we feel like chatting about. Got some games and stuff we're going to play.
I love games.
And we got all kinds of games. We won't go over what all the games are now because we'll keep them surprises.
Yeah.
Some will be repeating segments, but
There's nothing wrong with a repeating segment.
yeah, as long as they're fun and we keep it, mixing it up and making it entertaining.
Keep it fun, keep it light.
Yeah.
Keep it refreshing.
Yeah. So.
Well, shit, do you want to get into a game now?
We can.
Yeah, let's do it. What do you want to play? Why don't we play a little game called Top 5?
Okay, we can do top 5.
Let's do Top 5.
All right. What's our topic for today's top 5?
Let's go. You want to go minor inconveniences today?
Oh, 100%. I do.
Yeah. Do I have some minor inconveniences for you?
Okay.
Do you want to start? You want me to start?
I'll start.
All right, let's hear
Okay.
it.
Number 5.
Mhm.
Brushing your teeth. Yes, I understand the concept of it and why it's important. Still mild inconvenience. You gotta find time to do it. Hey, I get up. I gotta go downstairs. Do I have to go back upstairs to brush my teeth, or should I do it when I first
You
get
shouldn't be finding time to do it. It should just be what you do
up?
twice a day.
I do it twice a day. Just sometimes I gotta find time to do it in the morning. At night I don't have to do it, but in the morning I do.
You say you don't have to do it. Do you not always brush your teeth at night?
No, I do.
Oh,
I'm saying I don't have to find time because I like that's part of my routine. But in the morning, sometimes I get up and do other things before I brush my teeth.
I see.
Especially on the weekends when I don't have to go to work.
Are you a full 2-minute brusher? Or do you cut some corners?
I probably cut some cord a little bit.
Yeah, who doesn't cut some corners?
Yeah. What?
My son, shout out Liam. So he'll brush his teeth, but it's a struggle.
Oh,
But
yeah,
so he'll go in the bathroom and be like, Liam, it's bedtime. Gotta go brush your teeth. Okay. Throws a little fit.
And then I'm gonna guess he doesn't put toothpaste on it. He just sticks the brush in his mouth and just goes to town.
Well, he puts way too much toothpaste on it.
Okay.
His toothpaste, the cap is just dried toothpaste on the top
Yep.
because it's just way too much. But my favorite part is he'll come out and he just yells, "Start the timer!" So we gotta start a timer for him, or else he's not. It's 30 seconds max if you don't start a timer.
My son just likes to put the toothbrush in his mouth, like no toothpaste.
Of course.
But he's also 2, so I mean that's. But he'll put toothpaste on, but he usually eats the toothpaste. So we have to get him that non-fluoride kid stuff.
Yep.
Otherwise, he'll just flat out eat the toothpaste.
What's his favorite flavor?
We just give him the Crest Blue one. I don't know what flavor it is.
Liam, he's rocking with strawberry right now.
He has a bluey toothbrush that's like a little vibrating one that he likes.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes he likes it on, sometimes he doesn't.
That's how my son is. He'll sometimes it's on, it vibrates, sometimes whatever he's feeling.
We got it for it because I think the vibrator tells him.
The vibrator.
Well, I think it tells him like when to stop brushing. I think it's one of those. I don't remember. I didn't buy it.
Of course not. All right, you ready for mine?
Yep.
Number 5. You're you're home, you're cozy.
Oh, yeah.
You sit down on the couch, you're comfy. Maybe you got on a blanket.
I think I know where this is going.
Yeah. You go to turn on the remote or the TV. Remote's not even close. Or even worse, just out of reach.
Okay, that's not what I thought you were going.
Oh, where'd you think I was
No,
going?
it's on my list. So.
Is it?
Yeah. We'll come
Okay.
back.
Okay. I don't want to go
No,
there.
yeah, we'll go to there later. Yeah. It's on my list though.
God, I hate that though.
Yeah.
Sit down. You ready?
Everything. My favorite saying when it might as well be in China. have to get up and walk over and get it. So it's just like, I guess I'm just watching whatever's on TV now. Although my dad said that's when he watched Die Hard the first time because of that. Like, he was sick and couldn't get up, and the remote's too far away, so it was on TV, so he just watched Die Hard.
Die Hard's a good movie.
I mean, there are worse movies you could get stuck watching.
It's also a Christmas movie. I'll fight anyone who says it's not.
Look, so the whole debate about it, I'm not going into the debate. So one movie that I watch every year for Christmas that's in the same vein as Die Hard, but it is actually a Christmas movie, Violent Night.
I've not seen Violent
I
Night.
100% recommend it.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
It's fantastic.
I've heard good things.
Some people say it's dumb, but it's not. It's basically Die Hard with Santa.
Well, some people say Sharknado is dumb.
I mean,
and it's a cinematic masterpiece.
It's not as cinematic masterpiece as Velocipaster.
You're right. That's a great movie.
Well, Great's doing a lot of heavy lifting there.
Well,
also movies doing a lot of heavy lifting there.
I don't know if you've ever looked up the IMDb ranking for Velocipaster, but I'm here to tell you it's no less than an 8.4.
You know what? I forgot to look up.
What's that?
So, I use Letterboxd, which is basically like, it's kind of like Goodreads but for movies.
Right.
And so people like review it, but I forgot to look up reviews for Velocipaster on that because I bet they're hilarious. Because there's a lot of good reviews on there that are hilarious.
Would you care to stake your good name and reputation on the line and guess the star rating for Velocipaster?
On IMDb?
Yeah, IMDb.
Out of 10?
Out of 10.
It has decimals on it, doesn't it?
It does have decimals. I'll give you a point.
You going to round it? Are you not going to round it up or down?
I'll let you round it.
I want to say 7.
With 9.8 thousand reviews.
Okay. I thought you were going to say 9.8.
It should be a 9.8, but it's only a 5.1.
Oh, that's unfortunate. There's another movie that's in the same vein that's also really, really funny called Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Thanksgiving.
That movie is hilarious. I've seen it, and it's really funny. And they made a second one called Thanksgiving 3, The Search for the Sequel.
Oh, boy.
I haven't seen that one, but the first one is hilarious.
I see. There's not a Thanksgiving 2.
No, there's not. The third one's called The Search for the Sequel, I believe is what it's called.
I really respect that.
I haven't seen it. And I think the second one, they're all puppets. Like in the first one, they're not all puppets.
Oh, like a Potter Puppet Pal style puppets? Or?
No, I think they're like Muppets, like Muppet style puppets. Like that movie with Melissa McCarthy.
Ugh.
Called the Happy Town Murders, I think it was called. I think it's like those kind of puppets.
Like
Actually, I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
I think puppets are creepy.
That depends. Muppets are fine.
Yeah, no.
Like marionettes, I don't like, but I'm fine with I'm fine with Muppets.
I'm not big on the Muppets.
Speaking of Melissa McCarthy, I don't remember. I lost my train of thought. Never mind.
She's not my favorite.
She's literally the same character in every movie.
I agree. Melissa, if you're listening, I'm sorry. Diversify.
I mean, Kevin Hart's the same way.
Kevin Hart's funnier than Melissa McCarthy, though.
I think it depends on the situation.
I also know my man crush Monday, The Rock. I know he is the same in every movie, but
I think The Rock is a good movie star, not a good actor.
Yeah, I agree.
Like his movies are in like Jungle Cruise.
Great movie.
I've seen it one time, and I forget that I've seen it, but then every once in a while I'll be like, I remember that movie.
It's a good movie.
It's basically kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean, but with The Rock and Emily Blunt. So
it is. Yes.
But I enjoyed it.
Do they have a ride at Disney now for Jungle Cruise?
There was already a ride.
But with The Rock?
I don't know.
They should.
Like you mean like how they had Jack Sparrow to Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah, exactly.
So here's a question that came up on another podcast I was listening to. Is it Pirates of the Caribbean or Pirates of the Caribbean?
It's Caribbean.
Yeah, I would say the movie is the Pirates of the Caribbean, but the place you go to is the Caribbean.
I agree. I don't know why.
I don't know either. Pirates of the Caribbean doesn't sound good.
I agree.
Pirates of the Caribbean sounds way better.
One day, there will be a consensus in the world, and all will be right. And we'll call it the Caribbean of America.
You mean like we have the Gulf of America now?
That's right.
Okay. We don't want to go down that road.
No, we don't. We might cut that part out.
You want to do number 4? No, it's fine.
All right.
It's still fine.
Leave it in.
You want to do number 4?
Yeah. Is it your turn?
Yeah, number 4.
Let's hear it.
Sometimes, we're going to go eat somewhere.
Sure.
Like, I maybe haven't been there before, or it's been a while, so I'm like, I want to see what they have on their menu. So I go to their website, and I can't just pull up a menu. I have to set an online order, or start an online order, just to see what the food items are.
Yep.
So that's my number 4, is having to order online instead of just seeing the menu for a restaurant. I don't want to order online. I'm going there. I want to know what you have.
You're so right.
It's annoying.
It is annoying.
It's 100% annoying.
I will say the one good thing about that, though, you are going to get an idea of the price.
That is true.
But yeah, don't make me start it.
Also, here, do you tip if you get takeout? So like you go to pick it up and bring it, do you tip?
This might be a hot take, but no, I do not.
I don't either.
My tipping rule is if I sit down,
yep,
and I am waited upon,
Yep.
I'll tip. If I go to Starbucks, I'm not a big tipper at Starbucks. I'll slide you $1, but like your job is to make the coffee.
The only thing that I tip regularly is if I order a drink from like a bar. I was $1 per drink. $1 per drink.
Absolutely. I don't go to bars much, but
I don't. I mean, I go to we go to the bowling alley and they have a bar. So anytime I order a drink from there, I give them $1.
Yeah, that's fair.
We went to Firehouse Sub yesterday, and they have this one. This is about tipping. So like just like Subway asked for tips. I'm not tipping you.
Yeah.
I literally read somewhere like a millionaire or a billionaire. I don't remember. He said you never tip for something you can do on your own. So like if you sit down, like waiters come and you're paying for a service. They're bringing you food and stuff like that.
Yep.
So technically, and then like if you do order takeout, I mean technically you could tip the cooks, but they're splitting it. And so technically when you do that, they're not getting all that tip. So technically we're split it with the people who handed you your food, which I'm like, I don't need you to hand it to me. I can do it myself. Even like carside to go, I'm not tipping.
Yeah, I don't tip carside.
And also so anyway. We went to Firehouse Sub and they have a tip thing like that. And they had this little pin and that's how the only way you could tap it. It wasn't like a touchscreen, or a touchscreen didn't work. So the guy's literally like leaning over, watching me. So I'm like, fine, I guess I'll tip. Because I'm like, I don't want to be that. I don't want him to be like,
that guy.
Yeah, so I'm like trying to hit it. They hit the like, whatever the small thing, 10% with the smallest. So I'm hitting it. It's not working. He goes, you got to push harder. So then I'm like, I'm just going to try something else. So I tried none, and none hit immediately.
Well,
so I'm like, guess you're not getting tipped.
You pressured me into this, buddy. This is on you.
Because literally I kept tapping and nothing happened. So then I went to none and just hit none. I'm like, I'm just see what happens. And literally, I didn't have to hold it. I literally just tapped it and done.
Oh, okay. I think that means too many people feel pressured to tip. So they're all hitting 10%.
Well, I noticed that they always like to ask you a tip and they just stand there staring at you.
Yeah, don't watch me make my choices.
Yeah.
That's private. All right, number 4. Yeah. Simple. Stub toe.
Oh yeah, that's
God. It sucks. Like it's not gonna break not a broken toe, a stubbed toe.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying.
Sucks. That's all I got on that one.
Well, I mean, so like for my inconveniences, I kind of took this also being super annoying as well.
A stub toe is annoying. It's gonna hurt for days.
I'm just saying like that's why my list is what it is. And also going back to brushing your teeth, it's not like I said. That's why it's a mile. It's number 5. It's not number 1. We'll get to number 1 in a minute.
Oh, we're gonna get to number 1. I got a good one.
Okay, number 3. Going back to kind of everything about you sit down or you lay down in bed, you get all comfortable.
Oh yeah.
And you have to go to the bathroom.
Yep.
I thought that's where we were going when you were talking about the remote. I thought
that happened to me last night.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
It's so annoying.
Because like, especially if it takes you a long time to get comfortable.
Yes.
And then you're like,
are you do you fall asleep quickly?
No.
Oh, so you're a tosser and a turner.
Yep. It kind of depends. It depends on how tired I am, but usually no.
Yeah, my wife will attest. I fall asleep pretty quick. And yeah, so I don't experience that one a whole lot. But last night, man, I settled into bed. I was tired. Worked all day, and I lay down. I was just about to fall asleep.
Yep.
And it hit me.
Sometimes.
Son of a bitch.
Sometimes if I have to go to the bathroom. Sometimes I'm like, I'll fall asleep. I'm just going to sleep. I'll just sleep through it. I'll go in the
That's
morning.
never a good idea.
It's never happened yet. I'm not going wood there.
No, I'm not saying you're gonna pee your pants, but you're gonna wake up like before you're ready.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's not gonna be
I
fun.
thought you were gonna say like pee myself.
I only do that on weekends.
Well, pee yourself?
Yeah, it's fun.
You don't want to
Keep
get
it
up.
light.
Yeah, you don't want to get up.
Yeah, don't want to get up. Trying to sleep in.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, number 3.
Yep.
Okay, my number 3 is it's a 2-parter.
Oh, okay.
And you'll understand why.
Okay.
Go to the grocery store, right? Go to grab your shopping cart buggy if you're in the southern half of the United States.
or England.
Or England. Yeah. Oh, speaking of buggies, in Europe, did you know IKEA style? They all the wheels spin.
I mean, all wheels spin.
So like,
I've been to an IKEA, but I've never used a cart at IKEA.
Okay, so like typically your typical shopping cart, only the front wheels turn.
Oh yeah.
All of them turn.
Okay.
That's like the standard in Europe.
Okay.
Which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, this isn't about wheels.
Okay.
You go to get it, it doesn't fucking go straight.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep.
It makes me so mad.
Yep.
Or, in addition to that, it's so noisy.
Oh yeah.
The whole store can hear you making your selections.
Or you get the one where the one wheel doesn't work, or the wheel doesn't spin.
Yes.
Like not like the road, like it like literally does not roll.
Yes. or you get the one where the tread has only fallen off a little bit on it,
Oh, yeah.
so it like bounces every time it hits
Yeah.
that spot.
Yeah,
I hate that. But 3B, also grocery store related.
Okay.
You're done shopping, right?
Hmm.
It's this voice. You'll know the voice. Please place item in the bagging area.
Yeah.
Oh.
The one thing is Walmart stopped doing that. Walmart doesn't do that anymore. Kroger does it. It's annoying.
Yeah, I know.
Especially when you put it in there and it still says it
Mm-hmm.
because you didn't set it on the weight correctly or whatever.
Yes. Well, now they all have the camera overhead, and so sometimes Liam, he'll have a toy, an iPad. The camera will catch him with it in his hand, and it thinks you're shoplifting. So
Yeah.
then you got to call the attendant over. The attendant's like, "Oh, yeah, it's the kid in the cart," because that's what every attendant sounds like.
The Target when I was at IU in Bloomington, the Target there would yell out what you were buying when you scanned it.
Condoms.
That's literally what it would do. It'd be like, please place your condoms in the bagging area, or please place your whatever. And it would do it. I'm like, why is this a thing? Why is this a feature? I mean, I guess I can guess if you're like blind or something. I guess to know, hey, what am I ringing up? I guess,
Sure.
but it doesn't need to be that loud.
It doesn't need
it's
to
pretty
tell
much
the store.
it's pretty much yelling it to everybody around you.
Did you experience that when you were buying Preparation H?
Yes.
Yeah, I figured so.
And I went to this was like over like back in December. I went to a CVS.
Mhm.
First of all, they pretty much only in Ohio, but they have Borden's chocolate milk. It's the best chocolate milk I've ever had.
Never had it.
It's delicious.
Okay.
And it's like, I don't know why, it's like a local. It seems to be kind of like a local thing. Apparently, there's one in Knightstown here, around here. I mean, we're kind of giving.
I rode Thomas the Tank Engine in Knightstown one time.
But anyway, so I went to get some chocolate milk. So I ring it up, and it does that. Well, first there's this like lady. She's kind of old, like an older lady, and she's like messing with stuff at like a rack. So I thought she was shopping because she says something to me. So I'm like, oh, she thinks I work here. So I was kind of wearing like a shirt or something that could have been construed of somebody who works there. Because she asked me something, and I kind of ignored her. I'm like, I don't work here, so I don't really know what she's saying. So I ring it up, and then like for some reason it wouldn't let me pay.
Naturally.
So, yeah. So it's sitting there yelling, "Please wait for attendant," or whatever it is. It keeps saying this repeatedly. So the only other person I saw working was this lady who's in the back. She's like putting stuff on shelves. So I'm sitting there waiting. I wait probably 2 or 3 minutes. Finally, I'm just like, there's nobody here. I'm going to use the other self-checkout. So I just take the stuff over, I ring it up, and then come to find out that old lady that I thought was asking me to work, she works there. And she's literally standing like 3 feet away while it's telling me waiting for attendant. She doesn't come over. So I'm like,
in her defense, she doesn't even know she works there.
I mean, it's very possible. Because then she finally is like, the only reason why I realized she worked there is because she went behind the counter and was like sitting there. So I'm like, this thing was yelling at you. Why didn't you come help me?
What if she didn't even work there? She just like, she was scoping the place out. She's like, I'm going to take something today. I'm going to steal.
Because then she asked me, no, I think it's because she asked me if I found everything okay. I'm like, why would a customer ask me that?
What a strange question.
It's a very odd question to be asking me.
Oh gosh, grocery stores. Can't live with them. Can't. We've started ordering online. Pro tip: order your groceries online. It's great.
But the thing is, if I then go into the store to do that, the people who are shopping for other people block up the aisle.
That's true.
That's my biggest complaint about Walmart.
My biggest. I don't go to Walmart.
There's not a. I don't know if this is mild inconvenience. This is more of a pet peeve of mine. But people who are not aware of their surroundings, who will like stop in the middle of an aisle and just have a conversation while you're standing there trying to get around them.
Yeah, they're the worst.
Those are the worst. I hate those people.
The worst.
They're the worst people. I don't have that on my list, but that's.
It should be. That's honestly 3C. That's 3C.
It definitely probably could be on my list though. I guess I could have bumped brushing teeth and put that on there.
No. You made your case about brushing your teeth. We know you don't like it.
But
It's inconvenient.
Well, actually, I'll say the question that I'm going to ask later. My answer to that question is also brushing teeth. So,
all right, what do you got for number 2?
Okay. So 1 and 2 are literally flip-flop because I've encountered both of them this week, and it's really hard for me to decide. It's probably more like a 1A and a 1B. But number 2, you go to a fast food restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
I specifically had said Subway, but I encountered it at Taco Bell as well. But you get stuck behind somebody at Subway who orders 4 sandwiches. So you have to wait until they make all 4 of them before you get yours. And you're like, I just want 1. I went to Taco Bell. I ordered a quesadilla. First of all, Taco Bell have kiosks now.
Yeah.
I'm also
They're great.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of not talking to people.
I don't want to talk to anybody
Plus,
anymore.
you don't have to like special order. You can special order on the kiosk.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, I don't want that. I don't want that.
Yeah.
So you don't have to keep repeating it to the person.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so I went to Taco Bell. I ordered a steak quesadilla and a taco. Actually, I got 2 tacos. I had to wait 20 minutes because the guy in front of me, I don't know what he ordered, but he was sitting there when I got there, and he ordered a lot.
He ordered 8 taco party packs.
No, I don't know, because I didn't give him a box. I gave him a bag, but there was a lot of stuff in it.
They're just out of boxes, bro.
It was very, very. It usually happens to me when I go to Subway. I'm going to Subway, and almost every single time I get stuck behind somebody who orders like 4 sandwiches.
I feel like at Chipotle, I'm usually the guy who is ordering for 3 people. Because I'll just go pick it up for everybody.
See, the thing with that is, usually if I go pick it up, we just order online.
I'm a big app orderer.
Yeah.
Also, the apps usually have coupons.
We just
a coupon,
usually
man.
just go we just go on the website and do it.
Yeah,
Usually use the app, but like I just usually have it so that I can go and get, like I don't have to order it. I don't have to remember what I want or what they want. I'm not sitting there looking at my phone trying to find the text messages.
But you're right, God, that is annoying. That might classify as a major inconvenience.
Well, I mean,
you're right.
It's not technically ruining my day.
You're right.
I mean, it makes me angry and it does affect my time, but it's not really like.
But it's not the end of the world.
Yeah,
you're right.
It's not gonna ruin my day.
You're right. So. You're right. All right, so here's mine. You ready?
Okay. Yep.
Number 2. You pull your phone out of your pocket.
Yep.
It's locked. Wait a minute to unlock. Wait 5 minutes to unlock. All because the lint in your pocket was trying to hack into it, you know.
I've actually never encountered that.
Oh, really? Oh, my God.
I've never had, like, something in my pocket do that.
Maybe it's because I work outside, in the elements.
Yep.
But 3 times a week, I'll pull it out.
That would be annoying.
Oh, my God. So annoying.
Yeah, that'd be super annoying.
Super annoying.
I don't know. Like I said, the only time that happens is my son tried to open my phone.
Yeah, that'll happen, too.
And then I'm like, well, I have to wait a minute.
Yeah, sometimes Liam, Dad, can I use your phone? Sure. Couldn't remember your password. It's locked. Thanks, man. That's really nice of you.
And every time it locks before you unlock it, it extends the time.
Yeah. It goes like 1 to 5.
Well.
So if you miss it that 3rd time, you're up to 10.
Yep.
God, yeah, that's tough. All right, what do you got for number 1? This is the big one. I'm excited about this.
Oh boy. Because I have to commute to work. I encounter this a lot.
How long is your commute?
About an hour. About 53 minutes.
That's tough.
I like it because I can listen to other podcasts. Like maybe I'll add this to our new list and I'll listen to this.
Yeah, you will. Everyone should.
Number 1. So, not the people who are driving under the speed limit. The person behind them who's okay with driving under the speed limit. Because now you have to pass 2 cars instead of 1.
Yeah.
I don't blame the person in front because whatever. You can pass them. It's the person behind them who's okay with it.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, oh, those people.
I don't know. I think the guy driving under the speed limit is pretty annoying, too.
I mean, he's annoying, but like I said, you can pass him. But if there's 2 cars, it's a lot harder to pass 2 cars at once.
Yeah, you're right.
So, the person who's immediately behind them is worse.
Do you drive a lot of, like, country roads?
Yeah.
So you have a lot of opportunity to pass.
Except the time I usually go is when everybody else is going to work, so there's not a lot of pass.
Anyway.
So, like, my window to pass is very small. When there's 2 cars, I pretty much don't have one.
Hey, just floor it, bro.
There's one of them, literally, probably for a good 15 minutes of it. This car was driving behind the semi. He was perfectly fine with going speed limit. We were not going to speed limit. He was perfectly fine with it. And then he decides right before we could have gone around him anyway to pass.
Yeah.
I'm like, now I'm stuck behind him now because
this jack wagon.
Yeah, he's like, you were perfectly fine driving for a good 10 miles.
Yeah.
And now you're not okay with it now?
Side note, also driving related. When you're on the interstate, say you're on a long road trip, going to the beach, 2 semis. One tries to pass the other, and then the other one speeds up, so they're going the same speed for miles.
Yep.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
That's just as bad.
Yeah. It's very similar to...
It is, yeah. Which I get it. They're professionals, but maybe professionally let the other guy go around you. All right?
Yeah. Just slow off. Back off.
Back off.
You know he's passing. You just back off.
Back off. I'm not asking a lot.
I mean, I will give shout out to people who do that, who realize, hey, you want to get around them. They will kind of let you go around them.
Yes. Also, shout out to the people who will let you merge onto the interstate.
Yep.
I love you.
Yep.
God, they're good people. All right, number 1.
Okay.
This could be after a long road trip. You're on vacation.
Mm.
This could be recently for me getting out of the shower. When you get water stuck in your ear.
Oh, yep.
Oh,
Yep.
had it recently. It's the worst. I was shaking my head like a
Yep.
crazy person for 20 minutes trying to get it out.
And you can't stick a Q-tip in there because you run the risk of
Yeah.
popping your eardrum.
Yeah, makes it worse.
Yep.
You know what I found works? A little what's the brown bottle?
Hydrogen
That's
peroxide?
it. Hydrogen peroxide.
You put hydrogen peroxide in your ear?
Yeah, just a tiny bit. You go 1 part hydrogen peroxide, 3 parts water, couple drops. It bubbles, moves all that water around, flip your ear over, comes right out. Works like a charm.
I think we should mention that we are not medical professionals.
We are not doctors.
And I do not recommend doing this because that sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah, I read this on Google, so everything you read on the internet's true.
That's true. So Google is okay.
Google's never steered me wrong.
Well,
maybe a couple times.
Google is.
Wow, that was a good list, man.
Yeah.
Minor inconveniences. Let us know what some minor inconveniences for you are. fightingforthirdpod@gmail.com.
And also all our handles on social media.
All our handles. We're on the TikTok. We're on the X. We're on the... Are we on Instagram? We're on Instagram.
I don't have an Instagram myself, so...
Fight for 3RD pod. On all socials.
I'm going to give a sneak peek of our next top 5 list. Ready?
I'm ready.
Number 3. That was my sneak peek.
Oh, that was... Okay.
Yeah, there's going to be a number 3 on that top 5 list.
Guess what's going to be on mine? 5.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm excited.
So,
stay tuned. Top 5 list. Number 3 and number 5. They'll be on there. That was great. You want to play... you want to do something else?
I mean, I have a question that I've been meaning to ask you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said you had a question. I'm excited. Let's hear it.
Okay, so recently, Bill Belichick made the news. He
Yes.
went to the beach with his girlfriend.
Mhm.
He's 72. She's 24, I think. So 24,
Roughly.
25.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I already asked you this question, but we can ask it on the air as well.
Yeah.
You think they are having sex?
Yes.
Okay.
No hesitation. Yes.
So my question to you is there an amount of money that you would date an older person, like 72-year-old, and knowing that you'd have to have sex with him, at least, let's say, at least once a week? Is there an amount of
once
money?
a week?
Is there an amount of money that you would be like, yeah, I could do that?
72.
Because I'm going to tell you my answer right now.
Is it yes?
I mean, if I was allowed to like stay home, but basically spend as much money as I wanted to, absolutely, 100%.
Oh, so this person's wealthy.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about like if it's like a Bill Belichick type of thing situation.
I think there's a number.
Oh yeah, there's 100% a number.
There's a number.
I feel like if you say no, then you're wrong. You're lying.
There's a number.
There's a number.
I don't know what. I mean,
Look, I'm all into some granny loving.
$12.
Somebody else said like $20. Like I said, I mean, if they were just gonna be like, hey, you have unlimited access to all my funds, you can just stay home and not do anything.
That's not
I
bad.
100% will do it. So I'm not technically getting money out of it. I mean, I am, but I'm not. Like they're not paying me.
But you're accumulating things.
But also at the same time, if you think about it, if you become like their live-in sex doll,
Hot.
yeah, when eventually, inevitably, they kick the bucket, you're in line for inheritance.
You're gonna get a nice little payday.
Yeah. So.
I mean, you might help.
I
them
mean,
on their
look,
way.
no, just close your eyes.
Yeah.
Imagine you're somebody else, somewhere else.
Aruba.
Yeah, and then just
Jamaica.
go in there.
Ooh, I want to take you. Ooh.
Unfortunately, it may take them a while to. It may take them a while to get there too, but.
Yeah, there's a number.
Yeah.
I recently asked my wife, or maybe she asked me. I don't remember. But she was like, "How bad would you hurt me for $1 million?" And I said, "I mean, like,
Break an arm.
yeah, I'd break a bone,
I'd break a bone.
but $1 billion,
Oof.
I'd hit you with my car, and I'd come back and hit you again. $1 billion? That's so much money.
I don't think you could ever spend $1 billion.
Well, I think I could probably spend $1 billion.
I mean, because if it's just sitting like in a bank, it's going to be accumulating interest. I don't know if you can spend it fast enough.
Well, some guy just spent $6 billion on the Celtics.
Well, yeah, but that's a championship franchise.
Well, he still spent it.
Yeah, but he's probably worth more than $6 billion.
And that's probably true.
So like, even though he spent $6 billion, doesn't mean.
What if he's not? What if he just like conned everybody? He's got $50 in his account.
He's just like, hey,
yeah, I'll buy it. Why not?
And then he's kind of like how Elon Musk bought Twitter, where he's like, hey, I'll buy it, and then he's like, I don't want to buy it. And they're like, you gotta buy it now.
You gotta buy it now.
You already said you were gonna buy it.
Joke's on you, buddy.
The
You're
weird
on
thing
Twitter
was,
now.
it's like, I like how everybody was just Twitter was just like, yeah, you bought it, so
Yeah,
it's yours
yeah,
now.
it's yours.
Instead of just saying, okay, we'll take it back. They're just like, no, you bought it.
They didn't want it. They're like, nope, we want the money.
You said 44 billion. You're selling it for 44 billion.
You're buying it for 44 billion.
I think we should name this episode Granny Lovin.
Gross.
you
I'm in.
gotta let the people know what they're getting
Gotta
into.
let the people know.
What they're getting into.
They're into Granny. We're not. Let me be clear. We're not into Granny Lovin'.
No, we're
at
saying
this point.
we're saying there's a number at which we would be okay with being into Granny Lovin'.
And for one of us, it's $12, and for the other, it's $20.
Well, no, I didn't say mine.
You said $20.
No, I said somebody else that I asked that question to said $20.
That's tough.
Mine, I didn't put a number on. I just said if I was able to live.
Well, what's the number?
I'm telling you, like, there's not. I would do it if you would just let me stay at home and not have to work.
All right, so free is the number.
Pretty much. I mean, I'm still getting to get to spend the money that they have.
That's true.
How much money would it take for you to date Bill Belichick?
$1 billion. Have you seen that man?
Hey, but he's the greatest football coach of all time.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to say arguably. I'm going to say it as a fact.
Yeah. Well, professional. You can argue Nick
sure,
Saban is for college.
That's true. That's true.
I'm still not sleeping with the guy.
How much? Okay. How much would it take for you to sleep with Bill Belichick?
Yeah, he would have to hand me $1 billion in suitcases and cold hard cash, and I'd think about it. Like, is your girlfriend gonna be here?
Yeah, she's gonna be in the cuck chair over in the corner.
She's in the cuck chair.
Because you know 100% Bill Belichick has got a cuck chair.
Oh, he's got a cuck chair. He's in the cuck chair, bro.
Hotels have cuck chairs.
Yeah, they do.
It's always in the corner, always facing the bed. It's weird.
It is pretty weird.
Do they think that everybody who's on goes to hotels or in a...
I think it's one of those things where, like, better safe than sorry. Someone's gonna call the front desk, be like, "Hey, there's no cuck chair in here. Can you give me one up with a couple extra blankets?"
Or do you think it's when they host like swinger conventions, furry conventions? They're just like, we'll just be prepared for all, just in any case a convention wants to come through here, we'll just have a cuck chair in every room.
Yeah, a cuck chair in every Hampton Inn across America.
You ever been to somebody's house where they had a chair that's pointing at nothing in the corner of the room? You're kind of like, okay, looks like a cook chair. What's that here?
I try not to go into people's bedrooms.
No, I'm just saying, like in a living room.
Yeah, actually,
like it's not facing a TV or anything. It's just kind of in the middle of the room, facing nothing in particular.
Yeah, isn't that kind of weird?
We jokingly just call it the cook chair.
Yeah, of course.
Because it just kind of that's what a cook chair is.
Just watching the people.
Yeah. It's weird.
But it's a lifestyle for certain people. Not me.
Okay. Here, ready?
Yeah. That was my Hannah Montana impression.
Okay.
What's next?
I got some here, ready. Kind of going along that line. Well, not the topic, but the idea of just like giving you a question to think about.
Sure.
You're a thief.
Mm-hmm.
But you can only steal things that slightly inconvenience people. Going back to minor inconveniences.
Yeah.
Slightly inconvenient people. What are you stealing?
One battery out of everything I can find.
That's what I would say. Batteries as well.
Oh, it's great.
I've also heard shoelaces.
Shoelaces is pretty good. Or I would steal.
Or just steal the remote.
That's kind of mean. I think I'd steal like all the forks.
Or light bulbs.
Yeah.
Just taking the light bulb.
Or you just go to the bathroom and take one light bulb out, because you know how most bathrooms have like 4 at the top or 2. I'm taking one of them.
When I was in college, my roommate, if he left his door open to his room, I would go into his room and slightly move stuff on his desk. Like never I would just like kind of angle it differently.
You're a menace.
I wouldn't take anything. I would just slightly move it. He never caught on though.
Do you think there's some like breaking and entering guy? That's his thing. He doesn't take anything.
He just moves stuff around.
Just move stuff around. He comes in and just rearranges your furniture one day.
I mean, it'd be pretty funny.
It'd be pretty funny.
It'd be like, because it'd be enough because you'd be like, somebody in here?
Someone here?
Nothing's taken, so maybe not, but it seems different. Because you know how annoying that would be for you to come back and everything, and you can't tell something.
Oh my god, it would drive me crazy.
But yeah, you're like, I feel like that it wasn't that. I was feeling like the cuck chair wasn't there before.
Back to the cuck chair with you.
It's called payoffs.
We'll call this episode Granny Lovin' and Cuck Chairs.
Oh, I like it. I actually do like that.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's a good one. Hey, give me an overrated restaurant.
Ooh, okay, we can do that. I was gonna kind of save that because it was leading into our next episode, but I can do that now.
Oh, teaser. Gonna be some restaurant talk next time.
Yeah, I'll give you an overrated restaurant. Chick-fil-A. Also Chipotle. I got a couple.
Yeah, I like both of those. I'm
So,
gonna say
so again, overrated doesn't mean it's not good. It just means like it's not as good as everybody says it is.
not worth the hype. Okay,
Yes,
that's fair.
and I think both of those is overrated.
This is kind of a regional chain, and we don't even have it here. In and Out.
I've never been there.
It's fine.
I've never been there, so I can't. I have no opinion on it one way or the
I
other.
just don't think it's worth the hype, man.
I would probably also put
Steak and Shake is what it is In and Out.
oh man, I love me some Steak and Shake though.
Yeah, but it's not as good.
The worst thing about Steak and Shake is apparently every single one of them only has one person who can run the milkshake machine because they're like, hey, we can't make milkshakes. The guy's not here.
It does seem that way.
And it's like you don't train everybody how to make a milkshake.
Well, when the guy at Steak and Shake's not there, he's over at McDonald's fixing theirs.
He just flips back and forth.
Yeah, he's a floater.
Because I've been to a couple of them where they're like, we can't make milkshakes. The guy's not here. I'm like, you don't train everybody how to make milkshake.
The guy's not here. It's a milkshake.
Especially now because they have the kiosks now. They don't even have waiters anymore.
Yeah, they do.
So that I feel like the waiters can become the milkshake makers.
I thought you were gonna say the worst thing about Steak and Shake is every time you walk in, you're prone to an infectious disease,
Well,
and you're gonna get it off the floor.
there's some places. Steak and Shake's one of them. I feel like part of their business model is to be as slow as humanly possible.
Yeah.
Steak and
Yeah.
Shake is one of them. I think that's partly why they went to the kiosk because people complained.
I love a Steak and Shake though.
I love Steak and Shake too. I'm just saying that.
I think it's nostalgic for me. Every time we would have I was in show choir. Cause I'm a singer. I was in show choir and we'd have late night competitions. After the competition, you get home, it's 12, 1 o'clock. Go to Steak and Shake.
That's the other thing about Steak and Shake that I like is open 24 hours. I think they still are too.
I think they are too.
I'm not sure all of them are, but
I think there's at least some.
there are some though. I like anything that's open 24 hours.
Yes.
There's some restaurants that's kind of weird. I think Taco Bell's kind of like this, where it'll be like, "Hey, we close at like 3 a.m. We open at
But
5."
we're open at 5.
Yeah,
That's
it's like,
right.
you close for 2 hours? Why not just go the extra 2 hours?
I do love restaurants that are open 24 hours. I am very rarely up that late.
Oh yeah, but it's like
But it's nice to have the option.
Yeah, like Denny's.
Denny's.
Denny's are open 24 hours, or at least they weren't for a while. Now they're back to open. Some of them.
You like a Denny's or a Bob Evans?
I don't. I go to Denny's more than I go to Bob Evans.
And is that because it's closer or because you like it better?
I mean, part of it is because when we had a Bob Evans, my dad didn't like it, so we didn't go there very often.
That's fair. It's always dads running the fun.
Speaking of dads, mine doesn't like the Steak and Shake kiosk. He don't like any kiosks at all. It's like a generation thing where they're like, I should get paid if I'm checking myself out. No. That's not how it works.
You should put me on the payroll.
You know, that's first of all, that's hacky. Yeah. And it's not very funny, and that's not how that works.
Well, we're not very funny, but
Well, but we're trying.
My dad also does not like kiosks. I don't think he likes self-checkout.
It's a generation thing.
It is.
I mean, you can tell what they all like and what they don't like.
It's true.
Some of them don't like Anthony Richardson for different reasons. But
I mean, you cannot like. I don't know how you, as a person, I don't know how you like him. As a fan, I don't know how you don't want him to succeed.
what do you mean? What as a person? What do you mean?
He's a good guy.
Oh yeah, I
He's
thought
a
you were
great
saying.
guy.
I thought you were saying you were like, yeah, I don't like him as a person. But
Oh, no,
he's
no.
literally the only guy who stayed after and cleaned up after.
I saw that.
But they said that's kind of what helped boost his draft stock a little.
High
bit.
character.
But that's gonna be between him and Danny Jones. So
Oh, Danny Dimes.
some people call him Indiana Jones.
I saw that. If he's not here with a beard, I don't want him here.
Well, he's probably not coming with a beard. We'll see.
Bring the beard, Dan.
I read this one thing that said that they might trade Anthony Richardson and keep Daniel Jones.
I saw that. I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't either. I feel like why would you do that? I mean,
Yeah.
they're paying Daniel Jones starter money though.
They are, but I hope Anthony Richardson stays healthy.
Because
Probably not going to.
Because of the two, they talk about how they're kind of similar.
They are, but the upside's so much higher with
And
Richardson.
he's just a bigger dude.
Yeah.
It's a little harder to tackle him.
It's true.
And I think he learned from his tap out, and he learned from being benched.
I think so too.
I think the benching what helped I think he went in thinking, oh, I'm the starter. This is my job. Nobody's taking it from me. I think benching him showed him, hey, this is not your job.
I think.
I mean, it's your job, but we will 100% bench you. You're not guaranteed it.
I agree.
Taught him that.
And I think Jim Irsay needs to probably put us on the payroll.
Yeah.
I think we could help.
I definitely do think Jim
think we
Irsay
could help.
probably needs to give it to his daughters.
Go ahead and give it to Carly and the other girls.
Is Carly the one who's in line to take over?
I believe it. Yeah, I believe.
Are they gonna do like a three-way? There's
I
three of
don't
them, right?
know.
There's three of them, right?
I believe there's
There's at least two. Of them. I know there's two of them.
Yeah.
Are they going to split it, or is like one will be in charge and the other ones are
Yeah, I
going
don't know. I know. I think Carly's the one who's on the sideline most of the time,
I think I
and
saw
she's
her.
got the headset on.
When I did the flag, I think I saw her.
Oh, really? Yeah, you probably did.
Because they said, I think they said Carly. They said one of the name. I'm pretty sure one of his daughter's names.
I think she's the one that's down there most of the time.
That might have been her, I thought.
It probably was.
I didn't really interact with her.
Like dark hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I literally saw her, and I literally told my wife, I'm like, hey, I think that's Ursay's daughter.
Carly Ursay Gordon.
I just didn't know. I didn't know which one it was, so I didn't know their names.
Yeah.
I think one's Caitlin and one Caitlin.
I don't know.
I don't remember. So, if you could use magic to do one mundane task for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Yeah, see, that's a good question.
Mine is brushing my teeth. I really don't like it. I do it, but I don't like it.
I like to think of all the things that in the Harry Potter series I see them do, and it just does it for you. So, like, I don't work at a restaurant, so, like, waving my hand and the chair is going on top of the table, that's not helpful. It could be helpful if I was sweeping, though, at home. You know what? I think I want all the dishes done for me.
That's a good one.
I hate doing dishes.
Also, making dinner.
I don't mind making dinner. I like cooking.
Sometimes. I mean, it depends on the situation. Sometimes I'm like, I don't feel like making dinner.
Sometimes I don't feel like it. You're right.
Yeah, so that'd be nice when we like magic boom food.
Magic boom food.
Yep, magic boom food.
But I do enjoy making dinner. It's a good time.
Yeah, it depends what you're making.
It does. It does. What's your favorite thing to make? What's your specialty?
Jambalaya.
Yeah, you make a good jambalaya.
Oh yeah. Sometimes I'll be just like, I'm gonna make jambalaya. The only problem is, cause I put shrimp in it, I don't like eating it leftovers with the shrimp in it.
Yeah, seafood doesn't save well.
Yeah, I have to take the shrimp out if I'm gonna reheat it.
Yeah, you have to.
So, but it's 100% jambalaya.
Jambalaya's good.
The only problem is it takes a while to make. 'Cause you cut everything up but.
Yeah, but isn't prep? Prep is half the the experience.
And I honestly think prep's the worst part about cooking dinner.
I agree. My favorite part is it's the end product, but
yeah, eating.
For the whole process, I just love the smells that come with cooking.
Yeah.
Makes your whole house smell good.
Yep.
Oh, it's great.
We can always tell in my house when I put too much spice in the jambalaya, 'cause we're all hacking.
Your nose starts running a little bit.
Yeah, because the spice is so there. Everybody starts coughing.
There's nothing wrong with that. It just means you're doing something right. I think we have one more segment we can hit.
Okay.
It's called "Am I the Asshole?"
Okay, I actually have two of them, but
you got two of them?
I'll save one for.
Yeah. Give me one. Give me the best one.
So, actually both of them. I picked both of them because they both can lead to some pretty good discussions.
Okay.
So first, the rules.
Mhm.
So as we go through this, you have two options.
Okay.
You have you have three options. One is the person who's telling the story is the asshole.
Okay.
The person telling the story is not the asshole.
Okay.
Or there's a thing called "Everyone Sucks" here, where everybody involved in the story is wrong.
Okay.
And I have the story. I'm going to read it.
Yep.
And I'm going to stop at at the end of each paragraph. We can kind of
we can kind of go on each. Okay.
We can talk about who we think it is at this point in time in the story.
Yep.
And then at the end of the story, once we have made our decision, I will tell you what the community on Reddit, because I got these from Reddit, what the community has decided.
Which the Reddit community is.
And so I picked these because I don't know if I agree with their final assessment of them, but I'll read it without the edits.
Okay.
I do have the edits at the end where they add more context for those who have never been on the thread. Am I the asshole on Reddit? It's entertaining, but this is for the listeners, obviously.
Of course.
So
everything we do is for the listeners.
Yeah. So there's always an edit where they go back in and say, here's some more background knowledge that you didn't have previously, and then kind of sometimes it'll change your opinion, sometimes it doesn't.
Okay.
So,
are we taking the background knowledge into account?
So I'm waiting until I'm going to read the story first.
Okay.
We'll make our decision and then I'll read the edits.
Okay.
And then kind of the same way, I'll read each paragraph. I think the edits have paragraphs as well. So
I'm ready. Yeah,
okay.
Let's do this.
Okay. Early in the day, I told my boyfriend that I was going to make mapo tofu.
Already the asshole.
That's literally what I'm thinking too. A dish he's never had before.
Okay.
It is one I like a lot. He told me he's never had tofu before, so I excited for him to try it. Since we have different cultures and different tastes, I told him ahead of time that if he didn't end up liking it, he can order out. Not that it matters much, but he's white and I'm Asian.
Doesn't matter, but yes. Okay. It's good context.
I mean, she did mention culture and different tastes.
Yeah, she did.
I jokingly will say she's the asshole for making tofu,
That's what I was
but
thinking.
I've never actually had tofu, so I don't
Hey,
actually.
take your tofu.
I've never had tofu. I can't. I mean, I've had like vegetarian stuff. I've never had tofu though. So
Tofu is.
I don't actually know if it's good. I've seen what it looks like. It doesn't look appealing to me.
Tofu. It's gonna taste like whatever you season it with.
Okay, so it doesn't have flavor.
I mean, it doesn't have a flavor. It's a texture thing.
And I don't
for
know.
me.
Yeah, it looks like a block of cream cheese.
Yeah,
That's
it
what
kind of
looks
does. Yeah, it doesn't taste like cream cheese.
I don't know what mapo tofu is. So I don't know if it's like a special type of it or if it's like a dish. I don't know.
I would assume it's a dish.
Probably. So, anyway, when I was making the food, he comes in the kitchen and tells me, Taco Bell seems nice right now. To which I tell him, I want him to at least eat some of the food I'm making.
Of course.
When I actually made the food, he seemed sure that he wasn't going to like it, as he told me, I'll just try a bite of your bowl. And I responded, why don't you just get a bowl for yourself? He responds with, I don't really eat tofu. I was confused because I thought he told me he's never tried it before.
Mhm.
When he took a bite, he said, it's good, I just don't like the texture of tofu. So I ate my bowl by myself while he prepared the dog's food.
By preparing the dog's food, did he scrape some of his tofu into the dog bowl?
I don't know.
Okay, so right now he's kind of feeling like the asshole to me.
So, I agree, but he does. I mean, yeah, him coming down Taco Bell seems right. I mean, I've said stuff like that before.
So have I. Maybe he was joking. We don't know.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
Like we don't. Yeah, like I said, the thing about these is we were getting one side of the story.
We
We're
are
not getting both.
We are.
So
if he's scraping tofu into the dog bowl, though,
we don't know that. It just says he's preparing the dog's food. You just added that in.
Well, you're right.
He didn't say that.
In my head, though, that's what he's doing.
I mean, yeah, 100%. When she's not looking, he's just like,
yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Come here, puppy.
Yeah. And so, previously she did say for him to try it, which he agreed to.
Sure.
Because he did say, I'll just try some of yours.
Mhm.
And so I am leaning towards him being one because he was like, I don't eat tofu. And he's like, well, I don't really like it. He said, I have not. He's like.
He said, I don't like the texture.
Well, no. First he said, I gotta find it again. First he said, I've never had tofu.
Yeah, and then he said, I don't really eat tofu.
Yes, which are two different things.
And then he said it's a texture thing.
Yes.
A lot of holes in this guy's story. He's seeming like an asshole.
Yeah. So, okay. So, when I'm about to clean up, he asked me, are you mad I didn't like it? I said, no, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. I made this for us.
Right. Go get your fucking Taco Bell and enjoy it.
He said, at least I tried it. You're making me feel bad. Fine, I'll just eat it. I was thrown aback because I don't want him to feel forced to eat something he doesn't like. So I responded with, no, it's fine. You can get Taco Bell. I'll just pack this for my sister and I's lunch. He then said, I'll just eat it. You're making me feel guilty, to which I just shrugged. See, I picked this one because it's like, it's kind of, he did try it.
He did try it.
She said, hey, you should try it, which he did. He said he didn't like it.
I don't think she was trying to make him feel bad, though. I think he's kind of manipulating her.
Yep.
I think he's an asshole.
This is kind of interesting because I know the end result, so I like getting input from people who don't know the story.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So anyway, so what I'm coming at is she said you should try it. He did.
Yes.
So technically, he did meet her.
He complied with her request.
Yes. So, and then she's just like, I'm not mad. I just thought. I mean, she said I made it for that. I mean, she did say I made this for us, but he did technically tell her in various ways that he didn't like tofu.
He did.
But he did say he would try it, which he did.
And he said he would much prefer Taco Bell.
Yes. Which?
What do you think he gets?
Probably Crunchwrap.
Yeah, probably Crunchwrap.
That's probably like a 7-layer burrito. Or
probably like a vegetarian Crunchwrap.
So we then got into a long argument with him saying he expected me to comfort him when he expressed himself feeling guilty after the way I acted in my tone of voice. He said he felt like I was guilt tripping him.
No.
I felt like I am not responsible for him feeling that way. Just the same way, I don't blame him for me feeling disappointed. She's not blaming him that she feels disappointed, is what she's saying.
She's not blaming him. Okay, yeah.
So I just don't know what more there was to say. I told him he's free to go get takeout, and that I wasn't mad at him for not liking my dish.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I did have a bad tone, but it might be because I was disappointed. Please help me because I have no idea if I was in the wrong or not.
I don't think she's in the wrong at all. I think she's allowed to be disappointed that he didn't like the dish. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think I still feel like he was like really manipulating her into being the victim, and he just didn't like it, and that's okay. Both parties can be upset, but I think he's the asshole.
Okay. So Reddit agreed with you. They said that she is not the asshole.
Yeah, of course.
That he is. So here's some edits. Let's see if it changes.
Oh, okay, yeah, this might change my opinion.
Okay. So it says edit. You all provided me with a lot of perspectives, mainly saying I'm not in the wrong, but I made sure to take into consideration the everyone sucks here comments, and that you're the asshole ones, despite that not being many of them. So some people said, because I was kind of leaning towards they're both kind of in the wrong. A little
Really?
bit.
Why is that?
Just because she was getting upset with, she's getting disappointed / getting upset with him,
Sure.
even though he complied with her request, which was to try it.
Yeah.
Which he did.
Yeah.
So I feel like in that sense she's kind of in the wrong there.
I don't know. I feel like she's allowed to be upset that he didn't like it.
I mean, it's kind of like, but again, it's different. I feel like it's different because he tried it and didn't like it. But you can't really control if somebody likes it or not.
Right.
So, I feel like she's getting disappointed because he didn't like it, but he still complied with what she asked him to do, which was to try it.
I don't think that she was ever upset. I don't think she was upset with him, though, that he didn't like it. I think
she was upset with his attitude.
Maybe not even that. I think she was disappointed that he didn't like it, just because it was her culture, She put hard work into it.
Because even though she's telling the story, she doesn't say he made fun of it or insulted it. He just said he didn't like it.
That's true.
So I just feel like her being disappointed with it is, again, as we'll find out, there's a lot more to their relationship than that. But
yeah.
So,
yeah, maybe they do both suck.
I think I'm kind of leaning toward they both are kind of in the wrong. I wouldn't necessarily go as far as saying they both suck, but I do think they're both in the wrong.
I'm sure they're a lovely couple.
He is kind of being an asshole by Taco Bell sounds pretty good right now.
Yeah, but I would also make a joke like that. So we don't know how that came off.
Yeah. So anyway, the more context, I mentioned in the comments, I'm 22 and he's 26. No, he's not a child. I don't know.
Well, I beg to differ.
I would have not made the dish if I knew he didn't like tofu.
He was pretty clear about not liking tofu.
But it sounds like he said that after she started making it.
You're right.
So, which I still find that kind of weird because if she's like, because she said at the beginning, she told him she was going to make this. So I feel like he should have chimed in there and said, I don't like tofu.
Maybe you take a preemptive strike before you come home for dinner. Go grab yourself a couple tacos.
Like keep him out in the car or something, and then sneak out. And
I gotta take the trash out. And you're out there for 4 minutes eating tacos.
4 minutes to eat tacos? How many tacos you eat in 4 minutes? Because I could eat like one taco in like a second.
Yeah, they go down pretty quick.
If they're soft tacos? Oh man, I love some soft tacos.
I was assuming this guy's a big Taco Bell fan. He's really savoring those tacos.
Anyway, so same way, I don't cook him dishes that include fish, which since he dislikes it. So I feel like wouldn't she know that he doesn't like tofu or not at some point?
Yeah, you would think.
Okay.
How old is this relationship? Did it say?
It might say later on.
Oh, okay.
I think it does mention at some point. He had some other disrespectful. He said some other disrespectful comments like, "All right, let me try this mama tofu or mabo tofu," before trying it. He was joking, but this could have also affected my mood, and I didn't realize it.
Yeah, I can see that.
So,
that makes sense.
So the edits are kind of making me lean towards. I still think that her getting disappointed with it, but now knowing this, I can see why she was disappointed because he's not taking it seriously.
Correct.
He's not making a good faith effort of trying it.
And I think this was a big deal for her.
Like it sounds like to me at that point, we still got more. There's still like 3 more paragraphs, but to me it sounds like
buckle in.
He was going in expecting not to like it.
Yes.
So he was not trying with an open mind.
I agree.
Which is why I'm also leaning towards him being the asshole.
Yeah, he's back to the asshole.
Yeah. So after a couple hours of our argument, my boyfriend asked me where I put the leftover mapo tofu, and if he can eat it. He didn't say in a rude or dreading way. I don't know why it says dreading, but that's what she wrote. I just wrote a copy of what it says, and so there's a lot of grammar issues in these. It says, but polite and positive manner. I assured him he doesn't need to eat it because I know he doesn't like it. But he clarified that he likes the flavor, just not as much the texture, and that he wants to eat it.
Backtracking.
He continued to eat while playing on his PC, and only finished about half of his bowl before storing the rest. I can tell he really tried to eat it, either because he didn't want it to go to waste or to please me.
I mean, either way, that's nice of him.
Yeah, I don't know if that's supposed to be. I can't tell if he really tried to eat it.
But I'm assuming, yeah, she couldn't tell.
There's some issues on here that are, but anyway. So I said after a while, I ended up going up to him and apologizing for not taking his feelings into consideration. I don't really know what his feelings were, though.
I think his feelings were he wanted Taco Bell.
And explained that I wasn't trying to make him feel guilty. maybe I was being outwardly dreading. I don't know why she keeps using
I don't know
the
what
word.
that means.
I don't know why she keeps using the word dreading.
I'm gonna dictionary.com that and see if there's an alternate. Keep going, I'm listening.
I know a lot of you agreed that I was not responsible for how he felt, and that's up to him to regulate his emotions, which is true. I still fully agree with this, but also recognize that this is a partnership, and although I'm not responsible for his feelings, I need to at least recognize them if I want this to work out. He smiled and gave me a hug. He also apologized for reacting the way he did, raising his voice and escalating the argument.
Okay.
And then, so I know a lot of you were telling me to dump him, even some suspecting I'm in an abusive relationship, and sending me books related to abusive relationships.
Oh my god.
I do not blame you all, since I shared a small glance of my relationship in a bad moment. It was not reflective of its entirety. Yeah, he can be immature and manipulate sometimes, but he's a good partner, and most of the time tries to communicate and solve our issues. I thank you all for your concerns, but I am very aware of moments when he is being irrational or trying to manipulate me. I usually call him out or choose not to take his attempts to divert the situation. Then when he's at fault. I am fully capable of standing up for myself when I need to. I also acknowledge that this is only my perspective, which is only half of the situation. I am biased. Thank you all for caring.
Yeah, this guy's a piece of shit.
I don't know if I go that far, but
No, he's probably not. You're right, but I like that. At the end, they tried to make up. Everything's good.
And I do like that she acknowledged that we're getting one side of the story.
Yes,
And
I
so,
also think every couple has a similar argument
the thing
or disagreement.
the part that I'm not really understanding is how she didn't know he didn't like tofu to start with. She knew he didn't like fish.
Yeah, they're obviously living together. It seems
Yeah.
so.
Or at least spending enough time
that they're cooking.
that they would come up at some
Yeah.
point. That's the part that I'm a little like, you know he doesn't like fish, but you don't know he doesn't like tofu. Not even granted, I mean, maybe tofu doesn't come up that often, but I feel like there are things that I'd be like, yeah, I don't like this. Like, I don't like mushrooms,
yeah,
and I 100% would eat anything with mushrooms in it.
and your wife, I'm sure, knows that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, when we order stuff, or she makes stuff, she'll make sure she doesn't put mushrooms in it.
Yeah.
And she'll want mushrooms, she'll add it after she gives me a serving of it.
My wife doesn't like onions. I wouldn't cut up an onion and throw it in. I love onion.
I love onion.
But I wouldn't.
I don't like,
if I'm cooking for both of us, I'm not going to throw onion in there. She doesn't like it.
Cooked onions.
We're just good people.
But
I don't know. I think they're probably both in the. I don't even want to say they both suck.
yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
I think they both probably could have handled the situation different. I think he was more in the wrong than her, though.
Yes. Like I said, it could be like he went in not wanting to like it, so therefore he did not give a good faith effort to try it. He tried it.
Yes.
But it was not a good faith effort.
I agree.
Like, to me, like, if I'm like, oh, I'm not going to like this, I'm going to try it anyway, I'd be like, no, don't like it.
Yeah. Don't like it.
Like, for example, I don't like mushrooms. When we were getting married, we tried out, like, the samples.
Oh, yeah.
And they had mushroom ravioli, and it was really good.
No.
It was so good.
You never know.
Yeah. So.
All right. You want to get out of here?
Yeah.
All right, man. Love you, buddy.
Love you.
See you later.